So this is the Casio G2100, and this is the model number. And there are lots of these kits online that convert these watches into Casio clones with steel bands. And the ones that I'm mostly talking about are the ones on AliExpress. So this particular one I bought from AliExpress, but a lot of them are drop shipped on Amazon for, triple the price. So when you get these in the mail or whatever from AliExpress, the packaging is pretty lackluster. Just open it up and then you get tools, the band, and the case. So other than that, pretty rudimentary, pretty basic shipping, but that's fine with me. Let's get into converting this into a casioak. So I'm not a watch collector, so I don't have a bunch of watches in the roster. So this one gets worn daily, and after 8 months, I've noticed this starting to dry crack, as you can see on the edges and the two holes I use the most. So I just wanted to switch something up. So yeah, we'll jump right into it. So first step is going to be getting the case and the bands off. But Casio actually did a fantastic job in designing most of their G-Shock series, because to get these straps off, it's very, very easy. So you can use all the tools that are provided in this kit, and you can see there are these slider bars. So just slide this bar off to that side and pull it off like so. Same thing on this side, just like that. And then there are 4 screws right around the case, and these ones are Phillips and they're very small. All right, so if you have a better screwdriver, I would suggest using it. This, you really don't get a whole lot of grip on it. Now, after, just peel the resin housing off, get it past the buttons, and this thing will jump right out of its skin. And over time, that's just soap, scum, dirt, whatever. But now you're ready for installation of the steel case. So after you washed your core a little bit, now you can install the steel case on top. So the process to put it back in will be very similar to taking it back off. So just put in these 4 little screws, and just be very careful not to over tighten them so you strip them, but this is already starting to look better. All right, done. So the ones that come as a replacement are slotted and they're a bit different, so I couldn't get them to thread in. So I don't know what the dealio was, so I just used the original screws and it still worked out great. So let's complete the look and get this band onto this case here. So it comes with these extended slider bars. I believe that's what they're called. And it's kind of similar to the original one. So you have that little bar there that's extended that you can actually push. And this is my least favorite part of installation on any watch, is getting the band onto the case. So I always kind of struggled with this, so I'm just going to try my best here. So you get it latched in one side, so it actually goes in, and push it in there, and by golly, it clicked. So that's good to go. That is locked in. Now for the other one, it is going to be a struggle to show you, just because this will be covering it, but same process applies. So that is the finished product with the band on, and honestly, I am quite impressed. This thing looks good. It didn't really add too much bulk. However, one problem, it is very, very big. So let's go adjust this so it actually fits my wrist. Now I can see why this thing included two tool kits. Every time that I've seen reviews on this, usually it's just Phillip head screws to take these pins out, but these things are spring-loaded pins like your Swiss Army watches, whatever, so they are a bit more tedious to take out. So you have this tool. So I'll probably have to take, I would say, at the very least, 3 links out. That would be my guess. So just pop these in and pull at the same time, and you'll be able to pull links out and just keep these pins, because in my experience, this is what usually breaks, is these spring-loaded bars here. And honestly, I'll probably take one more. It was quite big on my wrist. So I'll show a close-up process of how to take these out. So you just kind of fish around and rake. And as soon as you put pressure on it, you pull. And then you disengage that spring bar and you just kind of pull. And then to put them back in, it's definitely a little more tedious and it takes a lot of fishing. So I'm only going to show you one, and then the rest I'll just skip until it's right up to size. So almost like that bar clamp, like that spring bar for the case, you just get one side kind of lined up. And it makes it a lot easier when you undo the clasp, because you actually have some playroom. And then you use the flat side of this tool here to push it in, and usually it walks out. These things, this style, I really don't like. It's definitely a lot harder to deal with, but that's just my opinion. And you guys can watch me struggle a little bit, so I'll probably just speed it up until I get this one figured out. Perfect, success. Now I'll just skip ahead and get this all to size for myself. So the answer to that question is 7 links. I had to take 7 links out of this for this to work out, and I have about a 6.5-inch wrist, but it fits. And to be honest, I think it looks great. So this doesn't have the butterfly clasp, so it just has your typical clasp, which is fine by me. This is also a lot more flexible than a lot of the other kits that I've seen, where they kind of stand up on their own. This one is more flexible and more comfortable, and really this thing, I think, is a decent setup. It's definitely a bit big. I didn't really like the choices on some of the ways that the band attaches. Every other kit that I've seen, you screw it in with a Phillip type screwdriver, and so that's a bit inconvenient, but all in all, I think this thing looks great. Everything on this watch band and case was individually wrapped, so they put a lot of care into it. The finish quality is very good. It's brushed where it should be. It's chromed where it should be. They did a really good job at this, considering this is, you know, a $35-40 kit. And you can find ones on Amazon where people drop ship them for like 120, 150 bucks, whatever. But if you go on AliExpress and you get the actual kit of these, it's about 40 bucks, maybe 50 bucks, depending on the seller. But all in all, I think this is a very good upgrade. And considering my band was falling apart anyway, I think this is a very good update and very good upgrade to this watch for not a whole lot of money. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.